So I played what is arguably one of the most popular mobile games on the entire platform, and that is State of Survival. I have invested about 2, maybe 3 weeks total into this game because I figured if people like it as much as they do, it has got to be a good game, right? But hold up, before we go any further, today's video is sponsored by XL Games' brand new upcoming mobile RPG, Moonlight Sculptor. Yeah, that Moonlight Sculptor. This game is based on the famous novel, The Legendary Moonlight Sculptor, and I'm sure you're all already excited to hear that. XL Games are putting their experience with ArcAge to use here by providing us a game that provides you with a surplus of activities to partake of and the freedom you want out of your game. With a strong narrative, weekly tournaments to engage in, tons of dungeons to run with some epic loot to obtain, live content for those of you that aren't really interested in fighting but would rather do something more creative like fish, decorate your home or craft, hunt for that ultimate companion either in the form of a pet or as a partner. This game has it all. And if you pre-register right now, you'll get some pretty sick exclusive skins for your character, along with various items that'll help you start your journey off right. Pre-registration ends on May 24th, so make sure to use that link in the description and the pinned comment below to get your goodies while you can. Not only does it help support both MRSSSTIX and I, but this is an opportunity you will not want to miss out on. Also, if you want to stay updated with everything related to Moonlight Sculptor, you can go ahead and join their Discord or Twitter. So, I figured, you know what, let's try tackling it as a free player first, and if we absolutely need to, we will set a budget and attempt to invest a little bit of money into it to get the features and hopefully clear as much of it as we possibly can. Now, I started this game, and, well, I actually have more things I need to upgrade right now, but I started this game as a free player, and I was absolutely confused. I've never played a game like this before. I was very, very confused with what was going on. And apparently, this game has you construct a base from the ground up. You have your headquarters and you have your hero precinct. These are essentially the 2 most important buildings in the game. The headquarters allow for you to upgrade pretty much everything. You can't upgrade other buildings until you upgrade your headquarters, and you cannot upgrade your headquarters until you upgrade your hero precinct. Now, your hero precinct allows for you to upgrade your heroes, and your heroes are the people that you send out on missions. They're the ones you do the exploration missions with. Seriously, this is a very complex game. Now, there is a lot to be done in the game. There are a lot of buildings. You can, as an example here, I'm sorry, I'm clicking everything incorrectly here, but you can build things like the farm, the furnace, the lumberyard, the gas tank, and the broadcasting office. These affect the resources that you obtain within the game. They provide you food, they provide you gas, metal, wood, and allow you to send out your people on missions. You have the military buildings like the hospital, the workshop, the training camp, and the enlistment office. 3 of those allow for you to upgrade the troops, and the troops are the units that you send out with your heroes to fight monsters. You have things like archers, rifles, shooters, tracker, like the extent with which you have to well, not necessarily the extent, the diversity you have over your units here is incredible. I never expected to have that many options when playing a mobile game. So when you leave your headquarters, and your headquarters, mind you, are instanced off from the rest of the world, when you leave your headquarters, you have access to various different types of content. You can fight infected, which vary from, I'm currently at level 18, but they vary in level. You can fight infected fiends. Granted, I've only unlocked up until level 5 so far, but those are much, much more powerful than the infected and require you to actually rally additional guild members. And yeah, there's a functional guild system in this game as well. Let's see, you also have the ability to forage for food, for wood, for metal, for gas. There is the intel option where you can send your people out on missions and acquire things like speed boosts and additional units, additional resources. There are so many options in game. Like, there are new events, I feel like, every week. Again, I've been playing this for 3 weeks now, and every week has had a new event for me to do, with tons of new content to run through with like, seriously, there is just an infinite amount of stuff to do. But as an example here, in terms of gameplay, other than what I'm doing, which is micromanaging my my headquarters, you can do things like the Explorer's Trail. I have admittedly not done this in a little bit. I have been in the process of upgrading my units. You have the option for the Explorer Trail specifically to do things like the auto battle, and that'll allow them to go ahead and acquire all of the resources around so you don't have to manually navigate around. And I mean, this is honestly doable on auto, but I would advise against it because honestly, the possibility of getting overrun by the enemies, well, it's not even a possibility. Like, you get overrun by enemies in this game so easily, and allowing for the AI to control every aspect of the battle leaves you pretty much open for failure repeatedly. And let me trust you, if you are not micromanaging the fights yourself, then you're going to fail. Like, I am right now, as you can tell, even though I am in charge of what is going on, I am still very, very evidently struggling to make it through just the first part of this battle. Now, I'll go ahead and step out here. Then there is the option to send people out, like the intel here. I can send my units out to attack these infected. Granted, as you can see, this has a combat power or troop power recommendation of 3.2 million. My strongest units total are only 1.7 million, so it's unlikely they will successfully complete that, but I can send them out to attack those. I can send them out to forage for food as an example here. And then that's pretty much it. Like, I'm at a point in the game right now where where upgrading takes me 5 entire days, and I have invested, I think, about $50 into this game total, and that was purely because I fell victim to wanting ease of access to all of the buildings. I wanted to upgrade certain buildings so I would have access to extra troops, so I would have access to additional marching capability on the map, so I would be able to construct things faster. Like, there are just so many things that I wanted to do, and they were all, while they are achievable in game, they were also at the very same time kind of locked behind, well, gated behind a paywall, and that paywall requires you to spend a certain amount of money to get access to those buildings, those troops faster. And you're not gated entirely behind it, but the time investment versus the few dollars you would invest into it otherwise is, the few dollars is a negligible amount of money to have to pay. Like, I would pay $5 and I could shave an entire day's work off of the game. And I can make $5 very easily. So that $5 to me, I was just kind of left like, well, okay, yeah, sure. So that built up and ended up being about $50. And at that point I was like, maybe I should stop. Maybe this is a little bit too extreme. So I did. And let me tell you, at the end of the day, I have probably enjoyed this game more than almost any other mobile game I have ever played. And yeah, there are aspects of it that are autoplay, like what is going on right now. And there are aspects of it that require financial investment, because otherwise you're going to be spending weeks kind of just letting it sit there, upgrading. But at the same time, this was almost like an addiction to me that I just couldn't shake, and I am glad to finally get this video out now, because I could not invest any more time or money into this game knowing how much of an addiction it has become to me. Now, genuinely, I think this is a very, very high quality, very fun, engaging, entertaining game, and I would totally recommend it to people that are interested in this genre. Otherwise, that is pretty much everything I wanted to talk about today. So hopefully you enjoyed this more direct approach in terms of video. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you want to watch more content like this. Let me know if you prefer this type of video in the future. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Someday soon, I'm gonna make it. Yeah, all hard work's gonna be worth it. Ooh,